Hello.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I am doing great, thank you. What is your name?
I am Suvedi Sudarshan.
Okay, okay. All right. My name is Denise. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica. Is it in Europe?
No, Jamaica is in the Caribbean. We're very close to the US. It's an island. So, but yes, very far away from Europe.
So, what is popular there in Jamaica?
Um, Tourism. A lot of people like to come here to for vacation, like to go to beaches and things like that. Also, music is very popular here. Reggae music is the most popular type of music from my country, and food is also very good here. Like a lot of people around the world come here and eat jerk chicken and jerk pork and all kinds of different foods that we eat in our country. And what else is popular here? I can't really think of a lot right now, but definitely tourism. People like to come here because it's always hot here and it's very beautiful as well.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So, what about you? Can you tell me what are some of the things that make your country special?
Yeah, talking about my country, Nepal also, it is a great, it is famous for tourism also.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the natural resources available over here. So,
Like
have you
what
heard,
natural resources?
Nepal is rich in mountains, rivers, lakes, and forests. People go for trekking over here. People come here for climbing Mount Everest and go for trekking and then go for hiking as well as they do bungee jumping. Have you heard about this before?
What was that word?
Bungee jumping, just
Oh, bungee jumping. Yes.
yeah.
Okay, okay. And what language is spoken in your country?
So we speak a Nepalese language. We have our own distinct language.
Wow. Okay. It's a little different because, some places they'll speak English or Spanish, but when you have your own language, that's very special. So,
Yeah, because we have a different accent, and then yeah, when we speak in English, then our accent will be different from the others speaking from different parts of the world, so it makes us different.
oh, okay. Well, I think accents are very, um, I guess it's a way that everyone can stand out because, mind you, I didn't know where you were from hearing you speak, but
Mm.
everyone's accent kind of gives them like, I don't know. I guess it's an identifying mark from
Yeah,
our country. It's something that makes us different from other people. So that's very interesting. So you have your own language, and of course your special accent. Okay. Um,
yes.
okay.
So, how do you end up joining this Cambly? How did you end up joining this job, getting this job?
Well, I recently had a my first child. So she's almost 2 years old now, but I decided that I would like to work from home going forward
Yeah.
so I can spend more time with her. And so I started searching for online jobs and I encountered Cambly. And it had
Mm.
lots of good recommendations as a place of work. So I applied and I was successful. So I've been working with Cambly for, well, since late last year. And it's been a good experience so far, I should say. And I'm able to spend a lot of time with my daughter because I have more flexible hours. And I really appreciate that. So It's been a very good experience so far.
Wow, that's nice.
Yes. So what kind of work do you do?
So I just completed my engineering, and then now I'm jobless.
You said
So
computer engineering?
geomatics engineering.
And I heard the engineering, but the first word was not very clear.
Yeah, it's called geomatics. Geomatics, geometry.
Can you type it for me, please?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like when I see it, I'm going to feel very silly. It's just not connecting. But engineering, okay.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of engineers, I've never heard of that before, which is probably why I couldn't understand what you were saying because I've never heard of geomatics engineering. Wow, what is that about?
It is about it is like a mixture of civil engineering and then computer engineering. It is more related about land and registration of the land.
Wow. So do you deal with maps in any way or
Yeah, our fundamental basic is also called maps. We also deals with this photogrammetric, these pictures from satellite and astronomical, these pictures and taking the pictures from satellite and visualizing them, interpreting them, this kind of things. We do.
okay. And is this the kind of work that you always wanted to do?
No, it just happened because I completed my higher educations and I thought about joining university, but then there were no many other options, so I chose this one.
Okay. All right. So if you had the choice, like what would you have wanted to study?
So I wanted to study civil engineering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, it is a more, I guess, popular form, although I see a lot of mechanical engineers and industrial engineers, but civil engineering, I guess, is very popular. So why did you want to be a civil engineer?
So I was interested in hydropower sectors because we have many hydropower projects running in our country, as our country is very rich in water resources. It is the second richest country in the world in terms of water resources. So there are many hydropower projects running over there, and I wanted to enroll over there and make some good money.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, do you think you'll ever go back to study that, or are you gonna stick to geomatics?
No, no, I just completed my geomatics engineering, so maybe I'm thinking of switching my master degree in civil engineering topics, specific topics. So that's all I can do.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
After studying this engineering too, I just realized that I have to, this is also most important. This is also great type of engineering. So I just forgot about civil engineering at one time because this is mixtures of both civil engineering as well as computer engineering. Here comes coding part also, and then some parts of the civil engineering are also included over here. Better we call it miscellaneous. Yeah.
So, why did you? Well, why not consider computer engineering? Like when you were going to school, why didn't you choose computer engineering?
Computer. I was interested in civil engineering, and but then I just couldn't get the admission due to my rank in the competitive exam. So I just pursue this geomatics engineering, and then after studying it, I realized that it is a mixture of both computer and civil engineering. So it's better than civil and computer engineering separately. because because it's a combination, so we can do both. So
Okay.
we can, yeah, we can go in computer field also, and if you like, we can go in civil engineering field also. Yeah, that's the benefit of studying this.
Okay. I think I remember I spoke to another student who does something similar to you. I don't know if it was the same major. I don't think it was geomatics engineering, but something that involved maps and something like that. She was
Mhm.
very passionate about her job and she enjoyed what she did, but it's something similar to what you studied in school. Um, I think if you find the right job, that this could be a very good career for you, especially if you're good at what you do. It could be a very good career because I don't know if it's very competitive. Um, like civil engineering is very, a lot of people want to do it. A lot of people do the computer. They do even mechanical, but the geomatics
Mhm.
I've never really heard many people. You're the first person I've heard doing that. So um,
Quite an emerging one, yeah.
what did you
It's
say?
quite new emerging one, yeah. It's emerging day by day. It's related to mapping sectors mainly. So in maps we do coding also, and in maps we do the civil stuff like surveying and other stuff, taking photos and then making maps. These are all included in our engineering.
Okay. Quick a question. I see that you have a lot of time on the clock,
Mhm.
and I've been trying to think of all the different possibilities for how
So
long
happily,
class will be. So, how long are you planning on having class today? Surely not for 11 hours.
really not. So it's already over 12 a.m. over here. So it's quite a sleeping time. So I just wanted to check my English, and I just wanted to check out
Okay.
some conversation. So I just opened it and tried out one conversation.
But wow, you have a long so you still will have more classes after this because you have about 11 hours and
Yeah.
21 minutes left. I don't see that often. That's why I was kind of wondering because it usually tells like, oh, it's 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, but I see 11 hours. So I just wanted to clarify how much time you plan on doing today.
So yeah, not much.
How much? Okay.
Um,
You said it's 2
so
a.m.
so no, it's 12. It's 12 a.m. 12.
to 11.
12 1 to 12.
No, I thought you
It's
were telling me
midnight.
the time.
It's midnight over
That
here.
works. That works very well. Midnight. I know that. Okay. Okay. Well, it's just 1 in the afternoon here, so you're way ahead of me. You're already into the next day, basically. Okay. Okay.
The native language used in Jamaica is English. Is it?
English. We
Yeah.
are a British colony. We were a British colony. So the British brought African slaves to Jamaica, and
Yeah.
they also brought Indians and Chinese people as indentured laborers after slavery ended. So we have a multicultural society with people of African descent and also Indian people and Chinese people and some other races mixed in, you know. So yes, that's
Yeah.
well, we speak English here, and Patois is a dialect that we speak. Um, it's based somewhat off English, but it's if you heard it, it's definitely not something you would understand. It's basically like another language, but it's not officially recognized, but everyone knows how to speak it.
Wow.
Yes.
So, so what have you studied in your university days?
You're not going to know what this is. I always
Okay.
I always say, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to explain to someone what I studied in college."
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's yeah,
I studied gender and development. And
gender development.
gender and development. Now I went to college with the intention of studying psychology, but the
Okay.
college made a mistake and put my application in the wrong place. So when they
Oh my
found my application, because I was saying everyone's hearing back, I haven't heard back yet. Is it that I didn't get in? When I called, they said, oh dear. Well, nothing's wrong with your grades. So, and then they looked and saw that someone had put my application in the wrong pile. So then they said, well, all the spaces are filled in the psychology department. And so they
God.
put me somewhere.
Okay.
And, but yeah, I ended up doing gender and development studies. It was interesting. It looks at gender, which of course, males, females, men and women, and like how, like, I guess, different aspects of society, how women and men are treated differently or have different experiences based on several different factors. So like in the workplace, in education, in the home, in in government, all kinds of different areas of society, and we look at how men and women are maybe treated differently or whatever in each area, which is development, I guess. But yes, that's what I studied. A lot of feminists were in my class. That was interesting. But yes, we also had some men sometimes, so it was interesting. Yeah,
So okay, yeah, it's really a nice time talking with you.
it's very nice talking to
Uh,
you too.
yeah. So how do you rate my English at last?
Well, I will say for the most part, I was able to understand you. Now, this is no fault of your own, but there were just some terms like geomatics, because I was not
Yeah.
familiar with it. It was hard for me to hear it, but that's okay. But for the most part, I understood you clearly. Of course, I don't think you had any major slip ups with like anything that I would have to point out to you. So
Yeah.
I would just advise you to get as much practice as you can so you can continue to develop your skills, and also you won't lose what you've already developed, because if you don't practice regularly, eventually you'll just
Yeah.
forget most of what you learned.
So yeah. So what should we do? What should I practice to improve my this kind of writing skills and other skills
Oh, right.
beside this speaking?
Okay, for
Yeah.
writing.
Do you have, yeah. So if you have got any idea, you can share it.
Okay, I can talk about the speaking skills, and
Yeah.
I think everyone's gonna tell you this because it's very simple and popular. But the simplest things to do is, one, read a lot of English books, because I read a lot. I've always read a lot. And it helps you to build your vocabulary. The more words you know, is like the easier it is to express yourself in that language. Also, you'll see little popular expressions spoken by English speakers, and you'll get to understand what they mean, and you can use those in your speech. It can also help you with writing, because you can see how other people write in those books or articles and give you ideas as well for how you can get better at writing, if you pay attention to how other people write. And second, is what else can you do? Um, my A teacher I once had told me to write stuff down. Sometimes it's easier to remember things when you write them down. So if you see a word that you don't understand, you can write it down, find out what it means, write that down. It can help you to memorize a little better. You're probably wondering how,
Yeah.
but it works. It works. You'll see.
I'll
Just
try.
trust
Yeah.
me. Oh, and also watch a lot of TV shows and movies because you'll get used to hearing people in English. So if you're not able to practice the speaking, at least you'll still be caught up on listening in English. And then you can practice copying what they're saying. Now, you might feel stupid doing it because you're
Yeah.
talking in a room with just you, but it can help you to listen, just to hear yourself repeating what they're saying. It can help you to develop your speaking skills as well. I hope that was helpful to you.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. So I'll try it, and I'll definitely share or reply on this progress on my progress in coming days.
Yeah. And I don't think you need to worry so much about accents because accents don't really matter as long as you speak clearly and pronounce your
Yeah.
words clearly. Don't speak too fast. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
accent you have, people will be able to understand you. Just carefully pronounce your words. Don't speak too fast or too slow, and you should not have a problem.
Yeah. Thank you for this
Yes.
kind of advice. Yeah.
Okay.
So have a great time.
You too, and you have a great night. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.